Welcome to the deep dive. Today our mission is to really cut through the data noise and give you a clear strategic roadmap. And we're going to do that by analyzing one very specific, very critical set of sources.
That's right. We're looking at the opening remarks from CEO Leo Perea during the eXp World Holdings Q3 2025 earnings fireside chat.
Exactly. And we're focusing just on his remarks.
And that focus is key, because he wasn't really dwelling on the balance sheet. He was giving this incredibly detailed breakdown of the company's operational strength.
The health of the agent ecosystem itself.
Precisely. We're talking pure metrics here. Growth, retention, and the deep mechanics of agent productivity. This is their competitive edge, and if you understand these numbers, you understand the whole strategy.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. Perea kicked things off with core stability indicators.
Mm-hmm.
He made a real point of saying this isn't just a one-off hit. This is the second consecutive quarter-over-quarter agent growth.
Which is a huge signal in this industry.
It really is. In such a high-churn, volatile business, that kind of sustained growth says a lot about agent confidence in the platform.
Absolutely. But, as Perea immediately pivoted to, it's not just about volume, it's about quality. He said very clearly they're moving toward a stronger, more productive agent base.
So it's not just about getting more people in the door.
Not at all. The entire discussion is about maximizing the output for every single agent they have.
Okay, so if the base is getting stronger, where's the proof? What are the specific stats that back that up?
He gave two key metrics that really synthesize this. First, sales transactions per agent are up 5% year over year.
Okay, so that's the macro sign of health. On average, every agent is closing more deals.
Right. But what's just as important, maybe even more so, is the growth in their high-performance segment. Perea noted that the number of their outcome agents is up 7% year over year.
Let's pause on that term, outcome agents. For you listening, what's the functional definition here?
So Perea uses that term to define the top tier of their agent pool. These are the really high producers, the ones who contribute a disproportionate amount to the company's total transaction volume.
So a 7% increase in that group is a big deal.
It's a very big deal. It means the talent density is growing. This makes their revenue stream much more resilient, even if the overall industry flattens out, because it's coming from the most consistent performers.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me. If you're attracting new talent, especially these high-producing outcome agents, you also have to be keeping them.
You have to retain them.
So what did Perea say about attrition? Who's staying and who's leaving?
This is, I think, the strategic genius of the whole model he laid out. Worldwide, agent attrition has improved by 13% year over year.
Which is already a good number.
It is. But the U.S. data provides the crucial context for the story. Perea stressed that the majority of agents who depart are consistently from the lowest producing cohort.
So that sounds like an almost ideal controlled churn, like they're intentionally pruning the lowest performing members.
It is entirely strategic. I mean, he provided the evidence for it. He said the highest producing agents, those outcome agents we just talked about, are multiple times less likely to churn.
They're keeping their engines.
They're keeping the engines of productivity, yes.
But I want to introduce a little scrutiny here. That sounds great for eXp, but how much of that is just a tough real estate market forcing weaker agents out of the business no matter where they work?
Yeah, that is a sharp question. And he actually offered a statistic that answers it directly.
Okay.
Of the non-productive agents who left eXp, a staggering 63% left the entire industry altogether.
Wow. Okay, that reframes the whole competitive landscape.
It does. It means their retention challenge isn't about fighting other brokerages for that segment of talent. If two-thirds are just exiting the industry, their strategy is validated. They're shedding non-performers while improving overall U.S. attrition by 18% year over year.
So we've got proven retention of the best agents. Now, how are they fueling that 5% productivity increase across the board? Perea pointed right at team recruitment.
Yes, that's the vital link. Recruiting a team isn't just about getting a group of people. It's about attracting an established business that already has infrastructure and a track record.
I did notice that. What was the specific data he shared that shows how effective this team strategy really is?
Well, the input data is strong. In the third quarter, 39% of new agents joining came in as part of a team.
So nearly 4 out of every 10 new agents.
But here's the massive aha moment. This is the stat that justifies the whole strategy. Perea confirmed that agents who join as part of a team are 79% more productive than individual agents.
79. That's not a marginal improvement. That indicates a real structural advantage. Why do you think that is?
I think it speaks directly to the value proposition he's selling. Teams are that much more productive because, one, they already have economies of scale, shared marketing, admin. And two, they can fully leverage the eXp cloud-based platform for operations and education in a way that's much harder to replicate on your own. That 79% number basically confirms their model is perfect for these high-volume teams.
And then the narrative of the call really brought those numbers to life. Priya gave some very specific examples of high-level recruits to show this strategy is pulling talent from the very top.
He certainly did. He ran through a list that showed not just the volume, but the quality. He mentioned Tammy Register in North Carolina, a top agent who spent a decade at a big competitor. That shows they can pull really entrenched talent.
And maybe even more compelling was Chris Heller,
Yes.
a former CEO of Keller Williams Realty, held the #1 agent spot there. When a former executive of a major rival joins your platform with their own business, that's a powerful endorsement.
A huge endorsement. Perea also highlighted the depth of the strategy by mentioning Brett Zarorsky in Southern California. He brought over his entire 90-agent team boutique brokerage.
A whole brokerage specializing in luxury.
Exactly. And then there's the sheer scale. The Whistlebeer Group in San Diego, they're expected to be one of the largest teams on the platform with over $1 billion in sales just in 2024.
That much volume immediately moves the needle on the overall productivity metric.
It does. And he also noted the Impact Room in Denver, a 31-agent team that closed over $300 million last year. These are not minor moves.
No, these are major shifts of revenue. And I like the anecdote he shared about the Victoria Group in San Antonio.
Oh, right. They left briefly.
They left to try and operate independently, but came back pretty quickly because they realized they couldn't replicate the benefits of scaling on the eXp platform on their own.
And that just perfectly illustrates the core utility. The infrastructure is the long-term draw, not just the commission split. It shows even the most ambitious people see the benefit.
Which brings us perfectly to the execution platform. Perea called eXp University a testament to the execution of their strategy. If the platform is the draw, the education is how you maximize the output.
What's the update on their development programs?
So the flagship program is called FastCap. It's been running for over a year now. Perea shared that it has reached 17,000 agent registrations.
17,000 agents. That is a huge internal lever for productivity.
It is. So for you listening, what exactly is FastCap?
It's essentially their rapid acceleration program. It's designed to get new or underperforming agents into production quickly by focusing on lead generation, conversion techniques, getting those buyer or listing agreements signed.
And Perea said agents who complete it are reporting concrete results.
Yes, actual measurable results in both the number of appointments they set and the number of agreements they get executed.
That's the critical piece. It's not just theory. It's a funnel optimization tool. They're investing in turning registered agents into profitable ones, which reinforces that quality focus we saw in the attrition data.
Exactly. And Perea was clear they are not resting on their laurels. They recently launched a new program, Fast Attract, for lead generation. But the newest and most forward-looking initiative
is the AI Accelerator.
Right, an 8-week AI accelerator program.
And that, to me, is the market signal we should all be paying very close attention to. Integrating artificial intelligence tools into the agent workflow. What do you see as the strategic implications there?
Well, it signals a major bet on technology adoption as the next frontier for productivity. If the team structure drove a 79% jump, integrating AI could be the next wave of efficiency.
How so?
By streamlining admin tasks, improving marketing personalization, speeding up data analysis. Perea knows that the agents who master these tools first are the next generation of outcome agents.
So it's future-proofing their best agents and scaling up everyone else.
And it fits perfectly with their cloud-based model. They can push out a program like this to 17,000 agents at once. A traditional brokerage just can't do that with the same kind of efficiency.
So when we put all these threads together, what does it all mean?
I think the CEO's remarks paint a very, very clear picture of a highly strategic, quality-focused growth engine. They are intentionally keeping their best producers and letting the non-performers go. They're using the platform to attract high-volume teams, which drives these dramatic productivity increases. And crucially, they are investing heavily in education and cutting-edge tools like AI to scale productivity across their entire base. The numbers just show it's working.
So the final takeaway for you, the listener, is that this company isn't resting on its advantages. The focus on teams drove that incredible 79% productivity increase.
Mm.
But the fascinating question for the future is this. What kind of dramatic productivity shift might we see in the coming quarters from those thousands of agents who've completed FastCat?
And especially the ones completing the new AI accelerator.
Exactly. If teams were the multiplier for Q3, what happens next?
Technology and education are the exponential factors that Perea is betting on for the future. That's the variable that could change the whole market dynamic in the next year.
It really could. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the strategic operational health revealed in those Q3 2025 opening remarks. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.